Forgiveness is hard, and maybe it comes a little bit easier to some than it does to others, but for those who struggle with it, it can be a really hard thing. Um, we all know this, that at some point in our lives, someone, at least someone, but probably multiple people will do something that causes us a great deal of pain. And so in response, we go into self-preservation mode. We get angry, frustrated. We're hurt to the point where, we build up a wall between ourselves and the other person, or worse, we say bad things about the other person, or we act out aggressively, or worse, passive aggressively. We do these things, to get back at the other, or at minimum to preserve our own feelings from any further damage. But we often don't see what that does to our soul. We are meant for each other. Aristotle said that we are social creatures. Humans are social creatures. In the Bible, at the beginning of the Bible, in the book of Genesis, it said that man is not meant to be alone. And so we're social creatures. We're meant for each other. Even in the most strained relationships, there's a longing, a desire for reconciliation, this coming together again, because that would be meeting goodness, right? For our souls to be reconnected. If we stay angry and we stay frustrated and we keep that wall up between ourselves and others, then all we're doing is furthering that divide between our souls, which long for God, who longs for us to all be connected, not apart. And if you struggle with forgiveness, I guess I would start by saying this: forgiveness is not a weakness, it's a strength. It takes courage, it takes self-esteem for someone to say, I forgive you. I know that you've hurt me. I know that you've caused me some pain. You know that you've caused me some pain because I'm sharing it with you. Yet, I forgive you. And here's where self-esteem comes in. Like, in order to forgive someone else, you have to know that you're also capable of screwing up. When you can recognize for yourself that, hey, like, I'm not perfect, I make mistakes too, then it's easier to say to someone else, I know you're not perfect, and I know you're going to make mistakes. How do I know that? Because I do it, and I'm no better than you. So it's a strength. It takes courage and self-esteem to say, I forgive you. It takes strength to free yourself from the bonds of pride, which is, one of the deadliest sins, and stubbornness, which often leads to sin. It takes strength to release yourself from the bonds of those two things, pride and stubbornness, to free yourself of those and to say to someone, I forgive you, and to allow them, there's a risk to allow them back into your life by forgiving them, because they can do it again, they can hurt you again, but the risk is worth it because of the love that can come from it. In fact, forgiveness itself is an act of love. I'm sacrificing myself, my own feelings. I'm putting myself in a vulnerable position so that you and I can be reconciled to one another. That's an act of love. It's often said that if you like someone, it's because of positive characteristics that they have. But if you love someone, it's despite negative characteristics they have. And if we're people who are bent on love and loving others and loving everyone, then it's only appropriate to show our love to everyone, but particularly those who have hurt us, through an act of forgiveness. Again, forgiveness is a liberating act. Harboring hard feelings, it binds us up. It isolates us. It separates us from one another, which is the opposite of what we're made for. We're meant for one another, right? Aristotle, man is a social being. Man is a social creature. God, man is not meant to be alone. We're meant for each other. We're not meant to be isolated. So by forgiveness, we allow that love to flow through one of us. We are freed from the bondage of those hard feelings, our stubbornness, our pride, our not wanting to let go of our feelings. But forgiveness is a strength. It's a strength of grace and softness and gentleness and willingness to accept someone as they are. Again, it goes back to the self-esteem thing. Like, I can say to you, I forgive you. I forgive your actions. I forgive your imperfection, because I know that I'm imperfect. I know that I'm a screw up and I'm no better than you, so I should be able to forgive you. When we forgive others, we allow that love to flow through us, which again is what we're made for. And by doing that, by showing that act of love for one another, we can humbly share the truth, beauty, and goodness of the Catholic Christian faith for all to enjoy. I'm Dallas. Have a blessed day.